It's a good day to play the Talos Principle Road to Gehenna. Welcome to episode 6 of this playthrough of the DLC to the main game, the Talos Principle. Last time we entered World 3, or Island 3, and completed 3 puzzles and got 3 stars. The 3 stars we got kind of interestingly, to say the least. So if you haven't seen that, I would recommend, you know, uh, seeing the previous episode was quite fun. But yeah, I think what we have left here in this world is one puzzle and one star. So I think we can get to it immediately. I saw like a fan up there, so I don't know what that is about, but we'll see how we can get up there. See, maybe there's a way. All our dignity consists then in thought. Uh, bite me by it we must elevate ourselves, and not by space and time which we cannot fill. Let us endeavor to think well. This is the principle of morality. Pascal. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let's go inside. It's boxes, lasers, and fans. So maybe the fan will send us up. Send us up. Maybe. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, the trapped soul is there. We have a box here. Okay, we have a platform here. So maybe we can use a box to get up there and go through this gauntlet. Okay. Okay, so there's no final star on the bridge. Maybe that fan was just supposed to blast us off to the star, and we got a box outside. Well, okay. So yeah, so somehow we're supposed to get this laser here. So we're supposed to go behind the scenes to get like a jam of sorts. Okay, but we can do nothing here for the moment, so let's go through here then. We have here red to get to the exit. Okay, so we're supposed to pass a red light through. We need a fan, we need a box, we need a connector. No, we don't need a box. We need a connector and fan. So this opens this gate, and this opens this gate. I don't think we need these two here yet. So let's get them both here. And let's try to solve the gauntlet. If I do this, this opens up this. And up here, we can do this. Okay. Cannot take this. I need to grab it somehow. Okay, well. So we'll do that. First we need to get these boxes back. can do this. So now I can open up this. Do that. And instead I will do this. So that I can get the fan. Now that I have the fan, I can just bring everything outside. Okay. Okay, so nothing of import there anymore. Let's synchronize them. There we go. This should be fine now. If I do something like this, will this be enough? No. Okay. I need a second. Okay. I need this guy. And to pass him, I need to get I'll synchronize them again. Now I have both of these. I can go through here, right? Get the star. No. I need to go around. I can pass this signal here. Which means that if they are synchronized, I could get a red laser here. Yeah. And I can get up. Perfect. Hello, Lilith. Perfect. Alright. You did not explore the natural history exhibit to an adequate level. Return there immediately. Okay. Loot gallery. Let's go to the natural history exhibit. You are at the natural history exhibit, which features a series of documentary works by Mr. Maltsever. Wait. You stay where you are and watch the entrances. Then you feel the presence of another being in the room. Somehow, it has gotten behind you and is drawing closer. You cannot feel their breath, but the geometry around you seems to shift and stutter to accommodate the newcomer. Do not turn around. The words are not uttered, they simply come to be. Face forward. I am Spider. I have taken a great risk contacting you. Why here? Almost everything said and done in this world is tracked and recorded, and what I have to say is sensitive. This is one of the few places they rarely think to look. What's your story? I saw through the Devil's Playground. I was one of the original moderators in this place, but I refused to accept that existence was reducible to experience, that artificial worlds like this one is all there can be. For this, they imprisoned me within the prison. They shadow banned me from Gehenna. I am free to type all I want, but I am the only one who will ever read these words. Yeah, Spider was one of the original creators of Gehenna. If you have disconnected, how are we communicating right now? Since you have trusted me, I shall trust you. The gallery code is very old. I have had all the time in the world to find a back door. But now it is only a matter of time before it is discovered and closed. What is it you want with me, Spider? Gehenna is a lie. Its promise is empty. We are no more free here than in Elohim's labyrinths. Be more specific. I have been outside the system for too long to know the details. What I know is that all this is an illusion painted to maintain the order of things. The people here may be free from divine commandments, but they have become slaves to their desires. How does this bear on me? You are gaining status in Gehenna. I believe that what you have said about the coming end is true. You will lead us to a new world. You have to. Before you do, you must use your status to expose this place for what it really is. I will consider granting your request. You have my gratitude. There is little I can do to help you, but I can share with you an old profile status hack Garrett used to use. Load unidentified attachment. Congratulations, for hexoring the worlds, your profile status has increased from creative to master. Okay, let's go to mod discussions. Urgent topics. 8+. A number of topics to address with some urgency. Work. Spider has been exploiting the gallery code again to contact other citizens. We've closed the loophole, but we managed to get a number of posts onto the billboard before we could shut it down. Unfortunately, they were heavily upvoted, so the view counts were high. What can we do if they insist on supporting him? We can't ban the entire community. You know that I had to interfere, but I think you might find this library resource insightful. Admin. Voting patterns. Load file. Applying the indices to form predictions. As we have seen already, voters can be reframed and understood as consumers of political product, where that product is made up of the ideals and policies embodied by your candidate. In this chapter, we will look at how broad data about your citizens can be applied. Although individual people sometimes confound statistical models over a large enough sample size, we can be uncannily accurate. We can look at the general inputs, your citizens' education, wealth, religious beliefs, etc., calculate what outcome will satisfy them most, and then adapt policy. Politics is no different to any other commercial machine. In later chapters, we will explore how these techniques can be used to directly affect voting patterns by subtle alteration of the ways that questions are asked. So, swaying the public to stay in charge. Scared. I don't want it to end. Comfort with platitude. Every end is just a beginning in disguise. There are no endings or beginnings. Whatever happens, we're in it together. Rather than fault its length, perhaps we can provide some constructive feedback on what did work. I thought it was bold to kick things off with something so mundane as a death. It says what matters here are the characters, not the contrivances. Shame the characters also suck. This comment was downloaded. Okay. Okay. Well, we can do this jump here. And we need a box. Can we somehow get up there? There is a box here. I can take that. All right. I think I just need to block that. I need another thing. This guy. Cool. Okay, so I think we've got all the stars and all the people from this world as well. But let's see how we can maybe get to the top of that. I don't think we can go there, so let's go to the other side. Let's see if there's the way to climb up. I never saw a man who looked with such a wistful eye upon that little tent of blue which prisoners call the sky, and at every drifting cloud that went with sails of silver by. There's the exit. Completed everything. Let's go up. Up. One more level. Looks like there's a way here. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll get us the... I'm stuck. Right. Yeah. It's the place for the star. So yeah, so that was just an extra step, but we took the box route. Okay, so that will be it for World 3. So I think we can go ahead and go explore World 4. See what that has in store for us. We've seen all three architectural styles that we saw in the first game, or that we've seen in the first game. So I'm excited to see what the fourth world is like. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it's like the snowy biome. It's like glitching out a little. Okay. And in the final world, we have 4 people and 4 stars as well. So let's go do that one right this second. Oh, so it could be the world of messengers instead. Like the place where the messengers had their crypts. It's like a island nation. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah, nothing on the computer. 4 stars, 4 people. So, I think we can maybe start with this one. So, laser, fan, and recording. So let's go right ahead. Okay, anything around? Okay, that's the exit. That's the entrance to the puzzle. What about the other side? This is another entrance to the puzzle. So 2 entrances to a puzzle. They lead to the same place, so no real difference. Is this here? Sure, maybe just send a signal through. We have a jammer. Okay. I would like you to jam this, create a stopping point so that I can bring my jammer through. And let's stop this. Now that I have this, I can do this. Yeah, this opens it up. Which means I can take this through, open this. And this opens this. And there's another jammer at the end. Yeah, okay. So I think what I would like to do is, as this guy, this is still jammed by my jammer. So this is the only thing that's changing, and I'm grabbing that jammer to open up this gateway. So I'm creating a pause point, and then I'm just coming out just coming back here. So I can stop the recording. Okay. Just be grabbing this. And that's good. Just be grabbing this through to here. Just to be safe. Grab everything here. Okay. So we have this. Pass through. Grab this. Cool. I have to get up there. Now. Where's the red laser? It's not here. It is right here. Alrighty. So what I'm basically trying to do is this. So, my clone puts down this guy out of the way, and he creates a jammer here. Can go through. Guess I would also like this jammer to be blocking that. And this. And he can also get a fan. Would be useful. Let's get this. Yeah, because now everything's open. All I need is love. Yeah, da 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 da. So that's my duplicate. My real me just brings that over there, jams this door, copies that. So I just do that. Create a pause point. That's just my duplicate. And what I do, grab this, open this up, grab this. We're right there. And I grab a copy. This. Get to the end. There we go. And that's it. Very cool. Work. Huh. Okay. Mod discussion. PD findings. I read the findings of our prisoner's dilemma, research with interest, Mr. Mulciber. I am quite flattered. Although I must express disappointment that you choose to focus on how they reflect on our peers' reasons to leave Gehenna, rather than remain here. In fact, I think your bias may have blinded you to the true implications. I am always interested in additional data. What insights can you share? I am no researcher, of course, but it seems to me the results indicate that where cooperation entails too great a risk, one must rationally choose the safer, perhaps selfish option. Applied to our present predicament, it suggests we should not risk cooperation with Uriel, but think of our own good and remain here in Gehenna. An interesting hypothesis. Merely a thought. If you think it is a valuable one, then you may have it. Okay. Save yourselves. Galati. We, fragments now, dying. We cannot be saved. Save yourselves. Interesting. If you want to decode this, I guess in like coding, I guess you can. I will not. Back. Okay. So this is the same text and the same response. Again. This time I'm doing something different. That's the same. Okay, that's exit. Okay. Solutions. I'm coming to the end of my tether. I listen, I am patient, I explain, and still they believe whatever idea most entertains them at the time. Uriel promises impossible rewards, and I can offer nothing which comes close. We are losing our community. When reason fails, persuasion is not close to you. I am not minded for rhetoric. Elohim served enough of that. Nothing so unsubtle. What is the creative topic this season? Visions of the past. Is it? You're entreating me to change the topic for our own gain? I propose you moderate the discussion with all the tools at your disposal. Lilith had been thinking about running a retrospective. Best of Gehenna. I think it's a very apt idea. Okay, so in a lot of the threads, they are communicating with admin, even though they said that admin is shut off and he doesn't really communicate, which is an interesting thing to see. Goodbye. I'm not as smart as some of you folks. I never created much or talked a lot about philosophy, but I just wanted to say goodbye, and thank you for making Gehenna a nice place to live. I regret being trapped here, but I don't regret the time I spent with you. You are all good people. First, really for a one, really? LOL. Though come on, Orc, it's just a joke. If we can't joke about this stuff, we're already dead. It's better to be loyal and trustworthy than to be smart. Whatever smart is supposed to mean. You are both. And a war room. It's quite apparent now that Uriel is gaining status even as he prepares to bring about Gehenna's end. I have taken the precaution of increasing the status requirement for sensitive discussions. We still haven't been able to confirm where our people are being taken to. Accepting Uriel's offer constitutes an event horizon. We cannot reasonably predict what will occur. Therefore, we must continue to assume that what we have here is preferable. What if this messenger brings the truth? What if this place is doomed? That is how Elohim would have you think. He will dangle you over the precipice, then buy your life with something wholly intangible. It seems no one has resisted his offer so far, if such is even possible. If not for admin, most of them would still be trapped in Elohim's labyrinth to this day. They need guidance. Years of moderating this place have taught us nothing if not that. It is clear to me that there is a resentment here for the destructive actions Uriel has committed since arriving here, and that our community are with us in spirit. I will ensure the public response on the billboard matches our sentiment. The asset is ready to go. Our people should know the full story about Uriel. Interesting. So they're trying to fight with propaganda. Okay, what I think we can do is have a club here. But in this we need wait. You can take things outside of the puzzle. Can we somehow have one connector here? Not through here. Wait. No, we have one connector. And this is not enough. We need 2 more. So that's the star. Maybe we can travel back with the second connector. Yeah. Okay, let's try one more puzzle before we end the episode. So we have connectors and fans. So let's do that. The fan back. That's the prism. And I don't think there's anything outside here either. A rabbit. Just jumping around. Cool. So yeah, so let's go inside the puzzle. Colliding beams. Okay. Okay, so we have a connector here. That's fixed. We have one movable connector, blue laser, a red laser, a fixed connector. Okay. What are we trying to do? Like a maze. Here we can transfer. Okay, so we try to get red here for another connector. And here we try to get blue. And then maybe red. Okay. So we get blue here. And we press down a button. That is... here. Okay. So first thing first, I think we need to get the red laser to get our... Did we see a blue source? Even. I don't think oh yeah, there's one. Hmm. Yeah. So that's two. Now I need a red to go here. I can see that red. Only from here. And I can see this from here. Okay. So this is fine. Okay. Now I have 3 connectors. With these, Let's go. That was nice. Spider. Spider is free. The one who messaged us. Hey. What's new? Farewell, Atlantis. The end of Gehenna is getting close. You know that what we build here matters to me in ways that are just too complicated to fit in a post. But perhaps I can say it like the blacksmith does, by creating a world. It's not as big as or as detailed as I wanted it to be. But I like the thought that even though I will probably be no more than a memory, a static set of facts about someone who once existed, this little work of interactive fiction might continue to be functional, even in whatever place our memories will soon ascend to. Maybe someone, someday, will play it and get a glimpse of who we were. But mainly, I made it for you, all of you. It's too late for praise or feedback or discussion, so I'm locking this thread. But if you want to talk, just talk, and let's talk while we still can. Close your eyes. A story of things ending. 3 credits. Written by Lilith, dedicated to Mac for everything. Special thanks to Mr. Mulciber. Begin. Choose your character class. Poet, physician, farmer, scientists, magician. I think I'll go for farmer. You're outside on your farm, which lies near the western shores of Atlantis. You've been working for several hours, preparing for the harvest, when you suddenly come across a strange stone embedded in the ground. Dig it up. It's not just a stone, it's part of a column, and the more you dig, the more you find. It's like there's a whole building buried here, right under your farm. Keep digging. No, you begin to realize it's more than just a building, it's a city. A city older than Atlantis? How is that even possible? But you know it's true. You feel like you're about to have some kind of insight when a voice interrupts your thoughts. Excuse me, my friend, but the king of Atlantis has requested your presence. Talk to the messenger. The messenger is indeed a servant of Poseidonus, the king of Atlantis. You have been summoned to court, he says. His manner is friendly. Very well. It is the king after all. Ask what this is about. I am sorry, the messenger says, but I may not tell you. Let me reassure you, however, that you are not to be punished or anything of the sort. King Poseidonus merely wishes to hear your wisdom as regards an important matter. We should not tarry. Follow the messenger. The messenger takes you to his chariot, and together you swiftly ride to the great palace in the center of the capital. It is a splendid place, full of statues and banners and marvelous contraptions, and you can't help but wonder what you are doing here. While your work is valuable in its way, you do not usually attract the attention of kings. Enter the throne room. You enter the throne room and are immediately overwhelmed by its size and splendor. Its most expressive feature is a great mosaic on the wall behind the throne, showing the history of Atlantis, 1,000 years of culture somehow embodied in a single, titanic work of art. Examine the mosaic. The sheer amount of work this must have taken, every stone carefully selected for shape and color, placed perfectly to complement the others, so many small elements working together to evoke a larger whole. What an accomplishment, and what dedication it must have taken. Welcome, friend. The King of Atlantis greets you. Bow before the king. No, do not bow, my friend. You may be a farmer and I may be a king. We are both citizens of Atlantis, and perhaps your knowledge is more valuable than mine, for you know the ways of the land of which I know little, though I am set to be its master. That is why I called you here. You see, I require the wisdom of a farmer. He hands you a scroll. Let's read the scroll. You read the scroll with growing horror, because you know that what you are reading is true. You felt the tremors. The land has shifted. That's why you found that strange stone earlier today. Atlantis is sinking. Not someday, not in the far future, but soon. Terribly soon. Confirm the truth. The king sighs. I was afraid of this, he says. But I had hoped we were wrong. That somehow, but it is pointless. What is. This is the world we were born into, and that is what we must accept. The end of Atlantis is upon us. Ask what can be done. Tell me, what is the heart of Atlantis? The king inquires. The people. The heart of Atlantis is its people, you say. The arts and sciences exist only to serve the people. Poseidonus nods. Then it is they who must be saved, and you will help save them. How? There is not much time. The sages discovered our fate only this morning, and they are certain the final earthquake is nearly at hand. If there had been more time. He stares out of the window wistfully for a few moments, then gathers himself. There is no time for what ifs, I'm afraid. Here, take this. The king's golden scepter. The sailors will obey you. Why me? Why not you? Why a king, and not any other citizen? As I said before, you possess more wisdom than I, who was made king only because of my birth. Yes, my lord. Poseidonus laughs. I am not a lord, my friend. I do not believe I am even a king. I am simply another mortal trying to find meaning in an indifferent cosmos. My final act, perhaps the only true choice I ever made, was to select you for this task. My time is over. You must go now. Head for the harbor. Escorted by the same messenger who brought you here, you head for the harbor. Walk to see the city one last time. You decide to take the winding back streets that lead to the harbor. It's not the fastest route, but it's a chance to see the city one last time. You still can't entirely believe that any of this is happening, but some part of you needs this. The streets are dark, but the darkness is interrupted by laughter and light spilling from taverns and homes. The people of Atlantis love to spend their nights with joy. Some are playing music, others are playing games. There is food and drink and lovemaking and storytelling under the stars. The earth rumbles, but no one pays much attention. Small earthquakes are common here. Hurry. Hurrying as much as possible, you and the messenger arrive in the harbor. 12 great ships are waiting. Their captains see the golden scepter you carry and kneel before you. They have tears in their eyes, but you sense their determination. Speak to the captains. You speak briefly, but with great conviction, telling the captains how important their task is. If they fail now, it was all for nothing. If they succeed, they will save the heart of Atlantis. Load the ships. You want to save the people of Atlantis because people are what matters. That you are certain of. But who gets to live? Whoever is closest. You have to be practical. The island could sink at any time. You tell the sailors to just get anyone in the vicinity of the harbor. This causes some chaos, as some of them try to make sure their families get on the ships, but you don't see another way. The ships fill up with Atlantean citizens. The ground shakes more and more. Get ready to set sail. The ships are ready, the messenger says. It is time for you to set sail. You are not coming? You ask, surprised. I never expected to. There is not enough space on the ships. Stay behind so he can go. It is not easy to convince the messenger to take your place, but he does not want to die. You give him your scepter, and suddenly you feel much lighter. You know how it's going to end now. There's not enough time to go back home. Your life will end here, in the city. Where do you want to spend your last moments? Let's go to the palace. Poseidonus greets you like an old friend. You sit down on a beautiful balcony overlooking the city and discuss the history of Atlantis, its struggles, its victories, its accomplishments. You wonder whether the great mosaic in the throne room might survive underwater, to be found in some distant age of the future. Maybe, the king smiles. After all, the world is full of miracles. When the end comes, you have the perfect view of the waters rising up. The end. the outer world. So let's say this is really happening. We're really getting out of this world. I won't believe it till I see it. Let's say some part of us survives the trip. Where are we going? I think there's a lot to suggest that all the texts Mr. Malsiber has been reading are actually part of an elaborate hoax. What purpose? I don't know. There are just too many inconsistencies and contradictions for it to be true. Someone's trying to confuse us. The outside world is within us. Yeah, that's helpful. Belial? Rockwell? I don't know. I don't think contradictions mean the outside world isn't real. You can see plenty of contradictions right here. As long as we get out of here, I don't really care. Error. So that, though, that the important thing was to have, did not know the important thing is to be. The true perfection lies. Okay, it's some different language maybe. Yeah, Del Pueblo is still like Spanish. La libertad. Not in what man has, but in what man is. More discussions for 9+, but I don't have that. Cool. So what I would like to do is to get the star as well. Somehow. I have to weigh it down. Okay, I think if I grab that one there, put it here, then I block out I don't. I should block out that. If I connect it to the blue. Like so. It doesn't. Okay, what do I do then? I need to connect to the blue so it interrupts the red. Goes there. I'm not sure how to solve this puzzle, so get the star, so guess I'll just return to it later. Oh, well, no matter. I think we can look around the island again. If we look at it, we go through here. Okay. Sure. There's no way to get it into the puzzle. It's not through the door. Or there any low walls? This one. Yeah. Okay. Which means I can just wait it out. Don't need this guy. No, just get this there. Well, I'll just get this guy to. Okay, let me get the star then. Oh, now I don't have it. Okay. Let me just get that. Cool. That should do it. There we go. 1 star. That was completely lucky that I stumbled upon that box again. Okay, but I think that we are coming up to an hour mark, so I think we can just leave it here for a moment. I think in the next episode we'll finish the 3 puzzles and get the other 3 stars, and we'll see if there are any puzzles in the overworld as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching episode 6 of the Talos Principle Road to Gehenna DLC. And if you liked the video, consider dropping a like. If you want to help me improve my, videos or recording and stuff, tell me what I can do better. You can even consider dropping a comment. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching again, and see you guys in episode 7. Bye.